Southside. This is Jill. So I was listening to Johnny's sermon, and he had talked about how if we're reading something in our Bibles currently, and we wanted to share it with you to maybe make a video. So I figured I would do that. During this time with the coronavirus and everything, everybody is rightfully scared, concerned, and nervous. I mean, we don't know what's going to be in store. And in the Bible, there's multiple times in the New Testament, you can just see the feeding of 5,000, the fish, the loaves, all of that. You can see God does provide. But he hasn't, wasn't just when Jesus was there. It was from Exodus, from all the way from Genesis. God always provides. But I was reading, currently I'm reading Exodus, and I thought it would be really beneficial maybe for you guys to hear this verse that I was working on. I was reading on Exodus 16, and it's after the Israelites have gone out of Egypt and escaped Pharaoh and the oppression and everything, and now they're in the desert, and they're uncertain. They left, even though their life before was miserable, they left the life they knew and were in the desert, and they were concerned, and they were complaining, and they were hungry. So that's where I decided to read Exodus 16 for you guys, and then talk a little bit about it. Anyway, I've never done something like this, so wish me luck. I'm going to read from Exodus 16, 1 to 18. The entire community of Israel departed from Elim and entered the desert of Sin, which is located between Elim and Sinai. They arrived there on the 15th day of the second month after they had departed from Egypt. As soon as they got into the desert of Sin, the entire community of Israelites complained to Moses and Aaron. It would have been better if we had died by the hand of the Eternal in Egypt. At least we would have had plenty to eat and drink for our pots, and were stuffed with meat, and we had as much bread as we wanted. But now you have brought the entire community out of the desert to starve us to death. The Eternal One said to Moses, "Look, I will cause bread to rain down from heaven for you, and the people will go out and gather a helping of it each day. I will test them to see if they are willing to live by my instructions. On the 6th day, they will gather the usual amount, but when they go to prepare it, it will end up being twice what they usually gather." Moses and Aaron said to the Israelites, "When evening falls, you will know that the Eternal has led you out of the land of Egypt. In the morning your eyes will see his glory, because he takes your complaints against us as complaints against him. Who are we, that you direct your complaints to us?" This will take place when the Eternal One provides you with meat in the evening and plenty of bread in the morning, because he hears all of your grumbling and complaining against him. Why do you complain to us? Your complaints are not against us, but against him. Then Moses said to Aaron, "Tell the entire community of Israelites, draw near to the Eternal. He has heard your complaints." While Aaron was speaking to the entire community of the Israelites, they all looked out towards the desert, and a radiant glory of the Eternal could be seen in the cloud. The Eternal spoke to Moses, "Rest assured, I have heard the constant complaining of the Israelites. Tell them, in the evening you will have meat to eat, and in the morning you will have enough bread to satisfy your gnawing hunger. Then you will know that I am the Eternal your God." That evening, quail flew in and covered the camp, and when morning arrived, what seemed to be an ordinary dew was all around the camp. But when the dew evaporated, it left behind a thin, mysterious, flaky substance that looked like a frost on top of the dry desert ground. The people of people of Israel went out to examine it. They had never seen anything quite like it. The Israelites said to one another, "What is it?" The people didn't have a clue what this strange substance was. Moses told them, "It is the bread which the Eternal has given you to eat. Here are your instructions. Gather only as much of it as you should eat by yourself. Pick up 2 quarts of bread for each person who lives in your tent." The Israelites did as they were told. Some people gathered a lot, others gathered less. When they used a 2-quart jar to measure it, the one who had gathered a lot didn't have more than he needed, and the one who gathered less had just what he needed. Miraculously, each person and each family, regardless of how much they gathered, had exactly what they needed. So I thought that verse was very applicable. We're scared, we're lost, we're wandering in this desert, even though we're at home, but it feels unknown, and it's so easy to complain to God and say, "Hey, what the heck have you done down here?" But God is always faithful. He's been faithful from the beginning of the time to when Jesus was there and until now. So don't lose hope, Southside. Everything's going to be all right, and God's watching out for you. I love you all. Hope this message sparked some joy or some hope in some of you. Love you guys. Bye.